The truth about her tension. Have you ever been close to a woman, felt her body instantly stiffen, and wondered what went wrong? It is a moment every man faces, yet almost every man completely misinterprets. You are standing near her, maybe you lean in a little closer, lower your voice, or touch her arm, and suddenly her body goes rigid. Her posture locks up, her breath catches, and an invisible wall seems to slam down between you. Your instinct kicks in, and alarm bells start ringing in your head. You immediately assume the worst. She isn't into me. She feels uncomfortable. I blew it. So what do? You panic. You either pull back completely, apologize, and make the situation awkward, or you try to force the vibe, ignore the dynamic, and double down. Both moves destroy the tension completely. You misread the signal, reacted out of fear, and killed a powerful moment right when it mattered most. The truth is, most men fail to realize that tension is not a sign that you failed. It is a sign that you actually succeeded in getting through to her. When a man fails to understand this fundamental truth, he spends his entire life misreading female psychology and missing the exact moments where true attraction is built. Why? Her body never lies. To understand why this happens, you have to look at how a woman responds when she feels absolutely nothing for a man. When a woman is around a guy she has zero interest in, her body is completely relaxed, neutral, and detached. There is no physical stiffness, no guarded energy, and no sudden shifts in posture. Why? Because there is no emotional charge whatsoever. You don't build emotional walls against someone who doesn't affect you. You don't tense up around a person who has no impact on your mind, your heart, or your nervous system. Complete relaxation is often the clearest indicator of absolute indifference. The moment she is near a man who makes her heart race, everything changes. Her body betrays her subconscious mind long before her lips could ever speak a single word. The second a genuine spark hits her, her nervous system takes over. That subtle lift in her shoulders, that split-second hold in her breath, or that tiny instinctive tightening of her jaw isn't rejection. It is raw, unfiltered emotional exposure. She is experiencing a sudden rush of feelings, curiosity, and intense attraction that directly threatens her sense of control. Her body tightens not because she wants to push you away, but because her mind is trying to process just how much you are affecting her in real time. Attraction versus vulnerability. Women are wired for self-protection, constantly guarding themselves not just from physical danger, but from emotional risk and loss of control. The moment a woman feels a genuine spark of attraction, her internal alarm system triggers a natural protective reaction. That microtension you feel radiating from her isn't anger or disgust. It is her subconscious mind screaming, "Don't let him see how much he affects you." Opening up to a man, allowing him to get close, and letting him see her true feelings exposes her to the risk of getting hurt, judged, or rejected. So, when you step into her space and trigger an emotional response, her body instinctively tightens as an emotional defense mechanism. She isn't trying to push you away or end the moment. She is actively fighting the overwhelming intensity of her own feelings while trying to maintain her composure. Tension is the exact battleground where raw physical attraction and intense emotional vulnerability collide. It is her body's silent, undeniable confession that you are getting straight under her skin, breaking through her everyday defenses, and forcing her to deal with a powerful wave of genuine desire. Reading the microsignals, every single physical shift her body makes when you are close is an unspoken, silent negotiation between her desire for you and her need for caution. Women communicate their deepest feelings through subtle bodily changes long before they ever put those feelings into words. and a switched-on man knows how to read these signs effortlessly. When you step closer, lean in, lower your voice, or hold her gaze for a second longer than usual, her body immediately tests the waters to gauge the situation. The first microsignal you will notice is the sudden stiffening or breath hold. This is a moment of high emotional risk, where time seems to stop for her. Her heart speeds up, her breath halts in her chest, and her posture locks as her nervous system evaluates your confidence, your safety, and her own intense attraction to you. The second microsignal is the subtle shift of her weight or the curling of her hands. This is her subconscious actively processing curiosity, anticipation, and self-protection all at once. She might shift her hips away slightly while keeping her upper body tilted towards you, or her fingers might curl gently into her dress or palm. Her mind is balancing two opposing forces: the urge to pull you closer and the instinct to shield herself until she knows she can trust you. The final and most powerful microsignal is the softened jawline and relaxed hands. This is the exact moment her defensive tension completely melts away and transforms into pure, magnetic closeness. Her shoulders drop, her facial expression softens, her hands loosen, and she lets out a soft exhale. Her body is signaling that the internal battle between attraction and fear is over. She feels secure in your presence. Her emotional walls come tumbling down, and she opens the door for genuine, deep intimacy. How unforgettable men respond. The way a man responds to a woman's bodily tension is the ultimate litmus test that instantly separates the average, forgettable guys from the magnetic, high-value men she never forgets. When an average man senses a sudden stiffening or hesitation, his immediate reaction is rooted in insecurity and panic. He misreads her natural self-protective instinct as outright rejection or personal failure, and he reacts in ways that completely kill the mood. He either grows needy and starts demanding validation, asking awkward questions like, "Are you okay?" Or, "Did I do something wrong?" Or he becomes pushy, trying to force physical intimacy before her mind has caught up. Both reactions ruin the moment because they project weakness and an utter lack of calibration. When you panic or rush her, you confirm her subconscious fears, proving to her that you are not grounded enough to hold space for her emotions, which forces her to pull away and build even higher emotional walls. An unforgettable, high-value man handles the exact same scenario with absolute mastery, calm confidence, and unshakable patience. He recognizes that her tightness is not a stop sign, but a clear signal of deep fascination and emotional activation. Instead of flinching, pulling back, or rushing forward, he simply grounds himself, breathes, and lets her tension dissolve completely on its own timeline. He never oversteps her boundaries, nor does he demand that she explain what she is feeling in that moment. He holds his presence with a steady, relaxed energy that silently communicates safety, strength, and complete understanding. When you demonstrate that her hesitation does not rattle your confidence or make you insecure, her nervous system instantly recognizes you as a rare, trusted figure. By respecting her subconscious boundaries and leading the interaction with poise, you turn her inner conflict into profound emotional trust, skyrocketing physical attraction, and an irresistible, undeniable connection that stays on her mind long after you leave. This exact high-stakes moment is what separates invisible, forgotten men from unforgettable ones. The average man misinterprets the sign, panics, overthinks the situation, or tries to force a reaction to relieve his own awkwardness. In doing so, he accidentally turns her natural protective tension into actual permanent physical distance. A high-value man does the exact opposite. He recognizes that subtle tension for what it truly is, an unspoken confession of high emotional intensity, and a quiet invitation for him to lead the moment with calm, unshakable composure. When you stay grounded, remain comfortable in the silence, and give her the space to process those overwhelming feelings safely, her subconscious stops viewing your presence as a threat to her control and begins viewing you as a rare anchor of emotional security. As that feeling of safety takes root, her body will naturally execute a visible physical release that you can watch happen in real time. You will see the tightness in her jaw melt away, her shoulders drop down from her neck, her breathing shift into a deep, steady rhythm, and her overall posture lean softly in your direction. That subtle transition, moving from sharp defensive tension into genuine open relaxation, is where electric, irresistible attraction is permanently forged. If you want to truly understand women, you must stop listening strictly to the guarded words they use to protect themselves and start reading the raw, uncensored language of their physical bodies. Master this psychological shift and you will navigate every interaction with an effortless magnetic edge that most men will live their whole lives without ever understanding.